Good morning, everyone. I think we can start before starting learning Singularity. Do you have any questions about yesterday about Docker? Also, I will share the Etherpad in case that you want to write any questions there, but please feel free to use the chat that is included in Blackboard Collaborate. So I'm showing the ARCHER2 training page because we have if we go to the containers course, recordings of yesterday are already available on the website. And also we have later, I will give you some time for the feedback. I understand that you have like how it's called now this term feedback fatigue, that everything that you do you require feedback. Yeah, could be a bit long, but if you can, the only question that is mandatory is that this one, the overall satisfaction. That is where you rate the course. We need to report these numbers to UKRI, who is the funding body, in order to keep running these courses. So that's why I highlight this, and yeah, you can if you can yeah, fill in this. I will share the feedback here, the link, and what else. So yeah, we have recordings and course materials here. So today we will learn a little bit more about Singularity. So let's start. Well, okay, first question is what is Singularity? Well, you may wonder, because this obtainer, you may hear about this term a few times, but yeah, we will discuss this in a minute. Singularity is similar to Docker. I mean, we used yesterday Docker. We in order to download images and run them on our laptop. Singularity is more suitable for remote systems, remote HPC systems, due to some security security issues. When you run images on a shared space. Singularity or Obtainer is is like a more target to remote or HPC systems. In soon you will understand why is that. It's related with user permissions, directories, etc. We will see that, I think, in maybe in a moment. So more about the history. Why is like a Obtainer, Singularity? What are the differences? The initial project was called Singularity and was an open source software project. But this is not the first time that it happens, that this project was forked, or was, yeah. Now there are two versions of Singularity. We have the paid version, that is like the Pro Enterprise version, that I think keeps the Singularity name. And also there is another version that is the open source, it's like a Singularity CE, that stands for Community Edition. What it was done, that original open source Singularity project was renamed to Obtainer and was added to the Linux Foundation. So now we have actually, yeah, there are basically three versions. We have a Singularity Pro Enterprise that is commercial paid, Singularity CE, and we have also Obtainer. Obtainer was made available in March 2022. Maybe there are more, well, I'm not aware of more updates or more on this drama, but yeah, that's why you may find in some places a Singularity, in some places Obtainer. We will log into ARCHER2, and the commands that we will run will be a Singularity. Actually, on ARCHER2 we have installed Obtainer, but we have renamed the command. So when you write, you execute a Singularity, is Obtainer behind the scenes. Okay, so yeah, here is explaining a little bit more the news, and now what we will do is we will well, check that Singularity works, and we will log into ARCHER2. I will use MobaXterm, but please feel free to use, you have PowerShell, Linux, Mac, the terminal that you feel more comfortable with. So we'll stop sharing and share my this one. I will make this a bit more bigger, or maybe so. So if you join for the first time on ARCHER2, you will need to introduce the one-time password, change your LDAP password. So you see that we have this message that the LDAP password information was changed for this for my user, and well, also because I use -X, this that yeah, this I get this message. This is like I get it only once, and I get the prompt of ARCHER2 that is this one. What I need to do is to check if well, also I will check with you if you're on ARCHER2. If not, if you are having any issues to log into ARCHER2, please let me know in the chat. Okay, so to check if we have a Singularity on ARCHER2, we can run a Singularity ---- version. So if we run that, you see that the Singularity version that we have installed is 3.7.3.1 on ARCHER2. On ARCHER2 by default, Singularity is already loaded, but could be the case that you run a Singularity and set that command not found, or so in that case you will need to do module load Singularity. Singularity. But because this is already loaded by default, we will not need to do that. Right. So just trying to make this. Yeah. I press Ctrl+C. This is not execute. On the documentation, there is a reminder about yesterday about like the differences about image and container, and I think it's worth repeating this again. Image is let's say uh, well, yesterday we were calling it like the template, the what we download from the internet or from the image repository. So it's like the template, like the container without, let's say, without the running. But once that we run the image, it becomes a container. So you may find that when you access that container, the files that have changed, etc. So this is the important about the about the differences between container images, or normally we just call it images, and the container itself. The container is like a when the result when you run an image. It is important that well, important for Singularity, we will have the images. The extension is .sif, so .sif. Also, one question: is the font big enough for you, or you want me to make it bigger? Okay, cool. Thank you. I will, yeah, I will keep uh, same font. So what we will do is we will create a folder. Well, if we do ls, you see that we don't have anything on home, and now we are in home. So yeah, I get if I execute pwd, I get where I am now. So let's follow the steps of the documentation. They said that we need to create a test and move cd test, unless we don't have it's empty. So now let's get our first image. So if we run a Singularity pool, and yeah, have like a funny name is lolcow.sif, and we are getting data from a library. That image is in the official mm, library, Scilab's library, library lolcow. So if I execute that, I'm getting that, yeah, I'm downloading the image that is yeah, 90 megabytes. It's not well, there are bigger images, but yeah, not. Well, also I get this warning that the directory needs to be 700, means all permissions for the user, no permissions for group, and no permissions for others. So fixing that, okay, this is a fix, so good. And now we have our, if we do ls, we have our library here, sorry, or image here. So also we can see the size, minus ls minus lh, so that is 91 megabytes. And to run the command, to run the image, I will need to do Singularity run lolcow.sif, and you see that we have a, well, yeah, actually it's a cow. I thought when I was playing before with this, I thought it was a donkey, but yeah, it's a cow. Okay, so we get this like a colorful way to get the time set by a cow. And when we, well, again, this is like a pretty similar to what we did yesterday with the Docker. When we run the image, we create a container, and the container does the default action, and we shut down the container. So this is what is done behind the scenes when we execute a Singularity run lol-cow.sif. To check what is the default action when we run the container, there is a command that is quite useful, that is a Singularity inspect -r lol-cow.sif. So you see that what is done behind the scenes is that by the container is we run date, and we use this is called a pipe. So the output of date is the input of this command, and the output of this command is the input of this other command. And you see that we are running 3 commands. Date is available on ARCHER2, we can run that, but if we run cow-say, command is not found, and the same with the lolcat. I think lolcat, what it does is adds colors to the. So you see that this is a smart way of running commands that are not available on ARCHER2 using a container. And this could solve you some headaches when you need to install software on ARCHER2, or you want to use a specific version on the specific version of Python, or you can just download the container and that's it. So this is regarding how to run the Singularity containers on ARCHER2. Not sure if there are any questions at the moment. If there are no questions, I will continue, and we will keep learning about containers. What I have seen so far with the Singularity, just to recap Singularity, we have seen pull, that is to download the images. We have seen run, that is to run the images. To run a container from an image, and inspect. But you may remember from yesterday that we were running commands inside of on the container. This is also possible to do it with Singularity. So the way to do that is in Singularity exec the image, and now we will execute the command that will be /bin/echo hello world. Let's see if that works. Yeah, it works. So now what I will do is I will give you a few minutes to run other commands on the image, and play with that. Also, in the meantime, if you have any questions, or please let me know. I'll continue with the with the with the lesson, the rest of the lesson at 1/2 past. But in the meantime, I will give you some time to run commands on the. Also, maybe it's worth you can run the commands on the container and run the commands on the on Archer2 and see what the difference is that you may find. I give you 5 minutes and yeah, I will start at 1/2 past. Okay, so I think we can continue. There are some interesting observations in the chat that you may find that for instance here, if we do ls and if we do a singularity exec ls, you will see that we have the same, and we can do also pwd and pwd on the. So you see that by default, the current directory where we are is mounted on the Singularity container. This is done by default by Singularity, and this is like one of the advantages of like the when we run the to make life easier for us. One of the feature of Singularity that you don't need to mount your current directory. Also, we will see later that if we do, I haven't tried it, but if we do ID, I think it's, oh, who am I? You get my username here, but if I do the same on the container, Singularity exec, the name of the image, who am I? You see that I don't get a root, I get the username, the user that I have on the machine. This is also the, let's say, feature of the key characteristic of Singularity that makes the running containers on a shared system like Archer2 safer than using Docker. Docker normally is not available on shared systems, but Singularity is, or Obtainer, or whatever we want to call it. We have been running like a single command on the image, but there is also another, like yesterday, there is another way to run more commands, Singularity, that is the Singularity shared and the name of the image. You see that now the prompt changed, so we have here the prompt is now a Singularity, so we can run the date. Actually, we can run date and was I think was cause. So we get this answer, and also if we want colors was cause and was lolcat was the, and also we can see for lolcat -h what it does. Well, you get there like a explosion of colors. That is to print whatever is on the output with the rainbow color. So that's that, and I think we'll have a cause -h. Let's see if you have all of these options. I wonder -t. Okay, this is like the well, yeah, okay. That you have yeah. This is like a running the commands on the on the image. And as I said, we have who am I? I'm the same user that I'm outside the container, and yeah, that's the um, what I wanted to cover now. That yeah, we can join, we can let's say run a share on the container and run as many commands as we want. We'll exit. If I yeah, execute exit exit from the container. Let's see what is next. We have a small break at 11, so I will continue with the lesson. So far we have used, well, if you remember when we have done the pull, uh, this was the command that we have executed. I found it if you press Ctrl R and you start typing pull, you will get the latest command that you have executed that contains pull. So this is the one. I press end and I get that command. So you see that I will execute this singularity pull, the name of the image, and where it comes from. That is from library lorcow. But you will see now that we can get Python, a Python, uh, yeah, a Python image from Docker, and we can convert from a Docker container to we can yeah change the Docker container and make it a singularity one. Uh, I'm not. I just double check if we have a Python here or not. No, Python is not. We will need to load a module, but well, it's fine that yeah, we don't have Python. So I will download one of the latest version of Python, that is the 3.14.3. So to do that, I will do a singularity pull, the name of the image, that will be Python 3.14.3.sif, and I will get it from Docker. Docker semicolon / Python, no, semi, three, and I will get the, if you remember from yesterday, we have a different flavor, but different tags or different Python images. I think the main one was taking, I don't remember now, I don't know, it was taking 100 megabytes or 300 megabytes. So we are getting the slim version. Also yesterday, we were installing Python on Alpine, and if you review the Python, I think I can share it. Do I have it here? I will share the window with you. Just give me a second. It's easier to. So if we go to Docker Hub, where we have the official Docker, the Python Docker repository, you have all of these tags. But if we scroll the bottom, we can find that. Well, also here is explained how we can create a Docker file for our Python app project. You see that we get here Python 3, the work directory, all of this stuff. But also is explained here the image variants that you have here. We will use today the slim variant that doesn't has only the minimal Debian packages needed to run a Python. Also, if you want, if let's say you want to keep using Alpine, you can use that. So, for instance, what we did yesterday was not, let's say, needed to be done because this is already available here. And well, also here there are images of well, now everywhere Python 3 is available, but in case that or should be available. In case that for some other reason you want to or you need to keep using Python 2, I'm not sure if maybe there are images there with or maybe not. If we go to tags, or maybe the Python 2 is no longer. Oh, well, if we go to the end. Oh yeah, we have but yeah, you see that yeah, the image is like almost 10, well, 11 years old. Well, you have all of these tags that yeah, you see that this Alpine, you have all of these versions that you can use. I have seen that yeah, we have also like the well 3.15, but this is the alpha version, the release candidate. Yeah, you have all of these. Okay, so yeah, let's stop talking about this and move to the terminal. I will copy that in the chat in case that it helps. Copy. So this is what I will execute. Let's do that. And now it's converting from OCI to a CIF format. You get like some warnings that not a big deal. And then we create the seek file. So if we do ls-lh, we will see that the Python, actually the Python container is yeah, half of the lol cow container. So that's good. And now what we can do is we can run that container. So if we do a singularity run Python, you see that now we have a Python 3.14.3 on ARCHER2. And let's see that we haven't installed it. We just let's say download the image and use it. And now you can do yeah, exit. So yeah, just with with the one command, we can download the image and run Python on. Also, that's the advantage that for some reason we download this version and we don't want to use this version. Of the script that we have, they use a older version. We can always download the older version. And another thing that you can do with what we have done before is that you can singularity shell Python, and you see that the prompt changed. and you can check the version of the operating system that we are running. So if it's cat /etc/issue, you see that we are running a Debian, the version 13. And yeah, we can still, if we do who am I, get the username, pwd, we get the same directory that when we are running. Not sure if there are any questions at the moment. We have these. Yes. Yeah. So I see that we are running good of time, so I would suggest that maybe we can have a quick break until 11, and we can continue with the rest of the lesson. Yeah, and I think I see there is a comment in the chat that yes, /etc/issue is not on Archer 2. So on Archer 2, the operating system is different. It's I think it's a SUSE Linux. If we do, what was 9-8? Well, it doesn't say that much, but yeah, there must be other command that we can run to check what is the version that we're running over Linux. I get if we get a COS release. Yeah, exactly. This is the version that is running on Archer 2. Thank you. Actually, we used the same yesterday. Let's see if we use let me check. Yeah, we have a same with the, like here you have a pretty name. Yeah. Okay, now I understand that yeah, the code name is of the Debian 13 is Trixie. If you may see that there are some Python image tags that has Trixie as a name in the tag. Good. Let's exit this. Any other questions, comments? Actually, was before that I forgot to mention there was a comment in the. Let's jump again to the. If we do /bin/echo, is the same that doing echo hello. We don't need to. I think the /bin/echo is was in the documentation because maybe this was used for another container. By default, if we do, let's see if that works, echo path. In path, you see that the directory bin is already there. So everything that is in that directory, all of these commands you can execute them on the on the terminal without the need to, for instance, also commands that are available here in /usr local bin. You will not need to specify the directory. So path is to avoid specifying the directory where the binary files are. That makes sense. So for instance, we have here like a chmod. We have a lot of commands that are or ls. We don't do /bin/ls. We normally use ls. So this is why, but it seems that could be the case that I don't know why, maybe this was because in other containers this path was not available on path, the environment variable. Okay, any other questions? We'll exit from here, and yeah, let's have a 10-minute break. We'll be back at 11 to continue with the rest of the lesson. Okay, so let's continue with we'll share terminal. So one concept that we haven't seen before is about the singularity cache. That if we do ls, you see that we have two images here. If I delete lol cow, also be careful when you delete something on Archer2. It's like let's say gone forever. So be careful when you run the command rm. That is like not a trash bin as it is on Windows. But we delete that, do ls, you see that you have only one image. But again, if you want to put the image again, you will get a message that is using cache image. So you see that rather than going to the internet and downloading the image, you see that is cache, but is cache where? If we echo singularity underscore cache dir, oops, okay, this is not okay, you can set up this, I need to check that, can set up this, maybe this is an issue with the version. If you set up this variable, environment variable, you can locate the cache of singularity somewhere else. Actually, let me see if okay, there is this variable, but I don't think that maybe it's Athena. No, it's I will investigate this later and let you know the solution. So in theory, that this is the cache is here. I've done this before. Singularity, we have a folder here and cache. So if we do ls, this is where where the images are cached, are by default are here. In our home directory, you can use this tilde, or you can use this $home, and then dot singularity slash cache. And this is what also to check what takes the size of the directory. You can do du minus sh, and you see that we are using 174 megabytes. There is a command to clean the cache in case that we need to well, first we can list the cache. So if we run a singularity cache list, we get that there are 2 container files using 131 megabytes and 6 OCPUB files using 41 megabytes of space. I think this is from because we download when we download the Docker image and then was converted. I think this is from that. And the total space is 172 megabytes. We can also if we use singularity cache list minus v, we can get a list of the more detailed list of the files that are on the cache. In case that we want to clean the cache, we will do a singularity cache clean. We can also explore the options. For deletion, we can do a dry mode, remove our cache entries older than a specific number of days. And choose the type that we want to delete, like a library, OCE, etc. So if we run that, we get again, this was similar that we were getting with Docker. Before deleting something, always ask about if you want to both these or these OC blocks. So you can choose if you want to. By default is no, but if you type yes, this will be we will delete. And now if we do singularity cache list, you will see that we are not using any disk space. Check. There is a comment in the chat about asking about the OCI blob files. I think I can double check later, but I think they come from Docker when we download the Docker image. But I will have a look and let you know what the answer is. Okay, so this is regarding the cache. Next is I need to talk about like the file system in Singularity containers. For this, this will be like probably useful if I share the. Yeah, I will share this, and actually I will give you some time for to play with the container. Well, we have yeah, we still have, yeah, actually, yeah, we have both yeah, both contain both images uh, on Archer2, so we can play with them. Let me share this with you. So here you were wondering why you have your directory, your home directory on the container. This is because by default, and this is something that is done for convenience / security reasons. There are some Singularity by default do some mounts. One of them is home, that is this one. Well, let's say that we have a username JC1000. So we mount that the current directory is mounted in home, but also for to avoid because if on Docker, if we write a file in our folder, we will write it using root, the root user, and that could create some issues. To avoid that, what Singularity does is that it maps the well, yeah, this like a column is the host system and the Singularity. So also the group password, etc., that contains the user info and the user group is mount on the container. So that's why when you do who am I, you get your username rather than being root. Yeah, this is what is explained here. I will give you some time to explore this. Feel free to use. You can use the Python image, and you can do those to. We can actually, yeah, there is a question and two exercises. I will give you. Yeah, I will give you 10 minutes, 10, 15 minutes. Also, if you finish earlier, let me know and we can keep working with Singularity. But yeah, this is the. Please, if you have any questions, please feel free to ask it. Okay, so I give you 10 minutes and then we can solve this on the yeah, on Archer2. Okay, so I think we can continue with the exercises, the solution. So what I will do is I will share my terminal. Okay, so yeah, I'm here. I was playing with the to check if I will clear this. So if I set, I was doing before echo Singularity cast here, and you see that now if I set another directory that is container cache, this directory is used rather than the default one. This is just in in case that for some reason you want to change where is located. I mean, could be the case on ARCHER2 or in other or HPC machines that if you have another partition with more disk space, you may want to use that one rather than the default one. What else? So I was checking about the files that are called like OCI blob are from when I download the Python image. The Python image is in Docker, so these are the files that are downloaded, and then we convert these files to a Singularity image. So that's why we were getting before that we have several containers and several OCI blob files. Okay, the exercises we can use. Let me see what we have. Well, they said that to use Singularity shell lockout, but I mean we can use any, to be honest. So here, if I move, if I do ls and I specify the root directory -l, you will see the permissions. So you see that most of the files of the folders are root, the user root, except these two /etc/home are. You see that it changed the ownership is my username, and the group is also different. This is what they said to have etc to have the data of my like a user group, etc. and home to if we do cd/home. You see that we have like replicated this TA230. So we have that on our directory. So now if we go, the exercise was to move to root folder, and with the command touch, we can create a file. So we can use my file.txt, or well, that is, but yeah, that, I mean, doesn't matter. In this case, the extension. And there they said that these are read-only file system because again we are using or user, we are not using the root user. I think if we do yeah, I'm ls -a. Oh, they say that is yeah, we cannot create. But on the other hand, if we go to our home directory and when we create a file, that's my file.txt, it works. We have the file here with the correct user group. Also, we can edit the file. Oops, we don't have v here, so no, I'm not sure. No, yeah, the image doesn't have like any editor, so actually makes sense because the last Our one thing that we can do, my file is empty, but we can do yeah, and now if we look at my file, yeah, it will contain hello. So yeah, this is a way to write the file using echo. If we exit from the container with ls, we are in the text folder, but if we move to the home directory with ls, you have the file that we have created. And if we got my file, if we print it, you see that is yeah, hello is printed there. Okay, so this is what regarding files is explained that by default we have loaded our home directory, but in case that for some reason we need to use the create libraries, we can also load them to the container and test well, we get something. So the sample that is on the documentation is that if we do singularity shell, we will need to use minus capital V, that this is for bind a directory. We will use /o pt/cray, and then the image that oh, I need to move so I can do test. So if I do ls minus l slash, you see that I have here this folder opt. So if I move to the cd opt cray, you see that here I have the folder that now the folder that is on ARCHER2 is visible on my computer on my container. And yeah, the permissions are root remain that these permissions are similar from the ones that are on ARCHER2. I can I can also specify the folder that will be on my container. The way to do that is here with column. I can say slash cray, for instance, and if I execute that, you see that rather than slash opt, I have now slash cray here. So if I do cd opt, you see that the folder is empty, but if I move to a slash cray, you see that the folder contains the folders that are in on ARCHER2. So these ones are visible to the container. There is a in case that we want more folders, or we can do that. Let's do a slash opt to see what is on the. You see that there you have a folder that is. Sorry, you can do -F, capital F. If you add a capital F, you can see if it's a folder or not because it contains a slash in case that the color is not enabled on your terminal. We can mount AMD and the create folders. And to do that, I will need, you can separate that with the comma and say slash opt slash AMD and see if that works. Now if I would go to cd slash opt, you see that you have the two folders there available. Another thing that can be done is we can use singularity bind the export variable to the environment variable to set the folders that we want to have on the container by default. So to do that, we will need to do export singularity underscore bind equal quotation marks and the directories that I want to make it available, like a slash opt slash create comma slash opt slash ind, for instance. And now if I do singularity shell cow, no, it's in test. I have a slash opt, so if I go to slash opt, you see that I have a AMD and create by default because I have a I have this environment variable defined here. Is there any questions? Or anything that you would like to try? So this is what I wanted to cover this morning. In the afternoon, we have a short session to see what to run an example on ARCHER2, and the afternoon will be to run some examples on ARCHER2 and also to check if you have any questions or you want to play with anything else. I would like to ask you a question. Actually, maybe I can use a poll and see if that. The question is if you are familiar with the MPI, just to check if, because that is an exercise that use MPI on ARCHER2 to see if they make sense or not. What we can do is we can run the exercise so in the future in case that you wanted to use. yeah, I see that most of you are not familiar with MPI. That is, yeah, makes sense. But yeah, we still like mm, I'll have a look on, yeah, double check that. Okay, so I will give you, yeah, this. I will give you this 20 minutes in case that you want to play with the containers, or in case that you want to you have any questions. But yeah, I will keep. I will continue with the material at 1 p.m. I'll be around until noon in case that you have any questions. But if not, yeah, have like a longer lunch break. So see you at 1 p.m.